Hello everyone, welcome to the second session on Python function. In this session we will learn categorization of function on basis of its parameter and return type and function returning multiple values. So let us see uh, categorization of function on basis of its parameter and return statement. Function can be categorized into four categories. First one is function with no parameter and no return statement. Second one is function with no parameter and return statement. Third one is function with parameter and no return statement. And fourth one is function with parameter and return statement. Let us see one by one. In the first category, that is the function with no parameter and no return statement, let us understand it with an example. In this example, we have created a function add, and inside the function we are taking two inputs from the user and we are storing these two inputs in x and y, and by adding these two we are putting the total into a variable total, and after that we are using a print statement to print the value of the total. So this is the function definition. Now by using this statement we are calling the function. Since this function is not going to take any parameter, so we are not passing to any parameter at the time of calling the function. Now when we execute the following program, then we will find the output of the program as here. Now let us see another example to understand the same. In this example we have created a function simple interest, and we are taking three inputs from the user, that is P, R and T. P exists for principal amount, R for interest rate and T for time interval. And by using this statement we are calculating the simple interest and storing the value of simple interest into a variable SI. And by using print statement we are printing the value of SI, that is simple interest. It is again clear that in this function we are not using any parameter and we are not using any return statement, and by using this function call we are calling the function. When we run this program, and if you give the principal amount as 1000, interest rate as 5.5 and time interval as 10, then simple interest will be calculated as 550. Now the next category of the function on basis of parameter and return statement, let us understand the second category, that is function with no parameter and return statement. Again we are using the same function but in different method. It is clear from the function header that we are not passing the parameter here, and these three lines are same as the previous. By using this statement we are calculating the simple interest, and here instead of using print statement we have returned the value of SI, that is simple interest. Now since this function is going to return some value, then we have to use to store this value when we are calling the function, and we are using a variable SINT to store the value of the simple interest, and after that we are using a print statement to print the value of the simple interest. When we run the program, then it is clear that simple interest is 550 when we are giving the principal amount as 1000, interest rate is 5.5 and time interval is 10. So it is clear that in this function we are not passing any parameter and we have used the return statement. Now let us see the next category of the function, that is function with parameter and no return statement. Again we have used the same function. Now in this function we are using simple interest, but here we are passing three parameters, that is P, R and T. Now using this second line we have calculated the simple interest, and by using this print statement we have print the value of the simple interest. Now it is clear from the function definition that in this function definition we have used parameters, that is P, R, T, but we have not used any return statement. Now to call this function we have to pass parameters to the function, because this function is checking the parameter. So for passing the parameter we have taken three inputs from the user and we have passed this parameter to the function. When we run this program, then output will come like this. Now you can call this function in a different method also, by passing the direct value to the function at the time of function call. Like suppose we are passing principal amount as 100, interest rate as 2.0 and time interval as 5 year, then it will also give the result for principal amount as 100, time interval 5 and interest rate as 2. But in this call of the function we have used value of principal amount, time interest rate and time interval that is entered by the user. You can use as per your convenience. Now next and last category of the function, that is function with parameter and return statement. Again we have used the same function. Here it is clear that we have used a parameter to the function, and also after calculating the interest we have returned the interest. Now by using these three lines we have taken three inputs from the user, that is principal amount, interest rate and time interval, and by passing this parameter we have called the function. Since this function is going to return values, hence we have to use a variable to store the return value. Hence we have used a variable interest to store the value of the interest, and by using this statement we have printed the value of the interest. When we run this program, then this is the output. Now let us see some facts about the return value of the function. The first point is that whenever return statement executes, control exits from the function. That means whenever control executes return statement, control exit from the function. The second point is that a function may have more than one return statement, but only one of them will be executed. That means a function may have multiple return statement like 2, 3, 4, etc., but only one of them will be executed at a time, because reason is that whenever return statement execute, the control exit from the function. Third point is that a return statement with no argument is the same as returning none. That means when we are using return statement but we have not returned any value, then it will return none. The next point is that a function may or may not have the return statement. And other point of return value is that when a function returns value or values, there must be a provision either to store it in a variable or to print it directly by using print function. That means whenever a function is going to return a value, then we have to use a variable or print statement to store or print that value. The last point in this return value is that a function may also return multiple values. Let's see it. Function returning multiple values. A function may also return multiple values. Let us understand it with two examples. The first one is that suppose this is a function definition. In this function we have created a calc function by passing two parameters, that is m and n, and we have performed total 5 operations, that is add, subtract, multiply, division and modular division, and we have returned different value like add, subtract, mult, division and modular division. And it is clear from the function that in this function we have used return statement and we have returned total 5 values. That means this is an example of a function returning multiple values. After that we have taken two inputs from the user, that is x and y, and we have called calculate function by passing x and y as parameter. Since this function is going to return multiple values, hence to store these values we have used here the same number of variables on left hand side of the assignment as the return values. We have used here total 5 variables, that is a, b, c and c, d and e. That means total 5 values. These total 5 value will store value returned by the function. That means a will store add, b will store subtract, c will store multiplication, d will store division and e will store modular division. After using print statement, when we use print the value of a, b, c, d and e, and after running this program, when we enter the value of x as 5 and y as 5, and it will print 5 values like 12, 2, 35, 1.4 and 2. That means these are the value of a, this is the value of b, this is the value of c, this is the value of d and this is the value of e. This type of storing of value after calling such function is known as unpacking return values. Now let us see the second example of a function returning multiple values. Here we have used the same function and we have again used x and y, that is entered by the user, and here we have called the function in the same way, but instead of using multiple variable to store these multiple values, we have used a single value to store the return values. In this case, all the value that is returned by the function will create a tuple, and this tuple will be stored to the value. This method of calling the function returning multiple values is known as returning tuple. When we run this program and we have passed the value of x as 7, y as 5, the result will be a tuple that will store 12, 2, 35, 1.4, 2. Hence, in this session, we have learned categorization of function on basis of its parameter and return type, and function returning multiple values. Thank you.